The tension between Greece and Turkey is boiling over, pushing the region to the edge of war. Both nations fiercely claim control over contested islands and waters in the Aegean Sea. Military forces are on high alert, ready to strike at a moment's notice. A spark here could explode into a full-scale war that shakes the entire region. Turkey's massive army is ready to flex its muscle, boasting superior numbers and firepower. But Greece isn't backing down. They have NATO allies and cutting-edge air defenses. The battlefield will start on the high seas, with naval fleets clashing violently. Greek islands stand as strategic fortresses, ready to repel any invasion. Turkey could launch daring amphibious assaults to seize control. The skies will ignite with fierce dogfights between fighter jets from both sides. Missiles will rain down on naval fleets and air bases, shaking the ground beneath. Turkey's navy is primed to dominate the eastern Aegean waters. Greek submarines lurk beneath, ready to strike and disrupt Turkish supply lines. Cyber warfare will cripple command networks and disrupt communications. Drones will buzz relentlessly, delivering precision strikes and spying missions. Turkey's Bayraktar drones will target Greek radar and missile defenses. Greece fights back with Patriot and S-300 missile shields. Naval blockades will strangle island supplies and isolate key positions. Both armies will mobilize reservists, swelling forces for a brutal showdown. Media outlets ramp up nationalist rhetoric, fueling the fire of conflict. Cities like Athens and Izmir brace for devastating air raids. Hospitals scramble to treat waves of wounded soldiers and civilians. Global powers rush in to mediate before disaster unfolds. NATO faces a critical test. Can it keep its fragile alliance intact? Cyprus, the longtime flashpoint, risks being dragged back into the fire. Turkey may deploy forces to northern Cyprus, escalating tensions further. Greece stands ready to reinforce Greek Cypriot positions in the south. Regional powers like Israel and Egypt tighten naval patrols nervously. The conflict threatens to spiral beyond borders, dragging in others. Refugees flood neighboring nations, creating a humanitarian crisis. Oil prices soar as eastern Mediterranean shipping lanes face disruption. Europe watches anxiously, fearing regional instability spreading to their lands. Calls for ceasefire grow louder with every passing casualty. Diplomats scramble to forge peace before total destruction. UN and EU mediators step in to cool the raging fires. But deep mistrust threatens to shatter any hope for peace. Skirmishes flare up even after ceasefires are announced. Public pressure mounts on leaders for decisive victory. National pride fuels relentless fighting, refusing to back down. Sanctions imposed by the international community tighten the economic noose. These sanctions squeeze already fragile economies to breaking point. Both countries face growing isolation on the world stage. Peace negotiations struggle but remain the only path to survival. Humanitarian groups demand urgent aid for civilians caught in the crossfire. Displaced families endure harsh conditions seeking safety and shelter. International aid agencies coordinate massive relief operations. Medical supplies and food become lifelines for war-torn regions. Schools close as children's futures hang in the balance. Psychological scars deepen for both soldiers and civilians. Global media coverage shapes the narrative and sways opinions. Misinformation spreads rapidly, fueling hatred and chaos. Social media becomes a battlefield for truth and propaganda. Peaceful protests erupt demanding an end to the bloodshed. Governments may crack down to suppress dissent and maintain order. The aftermath will leave scars that last generations. Rebuilding shattered lives and trust will be a long, painful road ahead. But hope remains alive that peace will finally triumph over conflict. History will judge the leaders who dared to push the region to war. Now the world watches, holding its breath, waiting for the next move.